A movie that starts with a proposal means the couple may seem like the main characters, but are just the main for the plot because this time it does not belong to the bride, but the bride's mother. RJ proposes to Emma very fancy, but her second thought after being excited is about how she will tell her mom. If you think the best part is her mom not even knowing about her being in a relationship, wait for the rest of the plot. Emma flies to her mom, Dr. Lana Winslow, who is currently frustrated with her funding for the genetic research lab. The tension makes Emma hide the ring and drag the real reason she flew early to her. Emma proceeds to give the first news that she isn't planning to join any grad school, since her lifestyle Instagram had improved when RJ helped her rework it. His advice to pitch her work to the marketing department at Discovery Resort to promote their high-end resorts provided her with an offer of a six-figure sponsorship, only if life could be that convenient for us. Once convinced, Lana gets excited that Emma can work from home and be around her, so Emma has to rush to announce the real breaking news of her getting engaged to RJ. God knows why Emma was so scared, because her mom literally agrees to her happiness in a few statements and even easily accepts the fact that her daughter is announcing her wedding being the next month. Well, she pretty much agrees because Discovery is sponsoring the entire wedding at Anantara Resorts in Phuket, Thailand. After a few emotional lines about missing Emma's father, we're ready for a trip to Phuket. At the resorts, Emma and Lana meet up with Lana's sister, Janice, followed by Harley, the manager for their service, RJ, two high school friends of Lana and Janice, and Scott and Clay, the very necessary gay couple in every movie. But the picture becomes clear and perfect when Lana gets to know RJ as the son of Will, her ex from college. The awkward meetup is followed by an accidental fall of Lana in the pool, dragging Will in a very convenient cliché plot. Next, Lana and Will rant about the encounter and the unexpected meeting after ages in their respective rooms. Will goes to shower while Scott goes to get some towels for him. Convenience at its best that Lana decides to visit Will and clear the air of the accident before. Oh, not to mention Lana already knows Will is a divorcee. Assuming it is Scott, Will answers that the door is open and walks out of the shower expecting towels. So after getting him wet, she has him stripped in front of him. With no bad intentions, of course. Lana apologizes and rushes out, leaving an embarrassed, naked Will behind. In the evening, the dinner between the couple and the parents gets more awkward with every passing moment. Lana gets up to freshen up minutes after coming for dinner, making Emma follow her. This is when Emma gets to know that Lana and Will used to date is not an issue, but the fact that Will left with no explanation, and then she changed her number and moved to break off all contacts, is what's making the air awkward between them. Meanwhile, Will gets to know that Emma's father died when she was just 8. We all know where the plot is going, but we all get to enjoy the confident PhD stuttering and messing up in front of her college ex. Emma and Lana sit back down when RJ shares how the couple wants Will and Lana to be the best man and maid of honor. The four of them will happily have a toast over it. During dinner, Lana starts feeling competitive when Will gives the couple a condo as a wedding gift while she gives them a coffee machine. Not gonna lie, the comparison does fall very short. The next day, Lana is ranting to Janice during their morning yoga when Janice tells Lana that a hot blonde guy is checking her out. Let's agree that calling him the Hemsworth hottie is a perfect depiction of how good-looking he is. Lana reminds Janice that the so-called hot guy is half her age, but Janice believes in age being just a number, and so does the hot guy checking out an older woman. Lana walks away for a meeting with the board member of Discovery, but the meeting is a very big disappointment for her. The mother-daughter bonding and quality time expected by Lana was all a fluke, since everything for the wedding has already been planned, and not even by Emma. Most of them were Kamala's decisions. Everything is more of a flashy representation to show the world, rather than something cozy and enjoyable. Lana is trying hard to be supportive and happy for her, but being called Mama Winslow is triggering for the poor woman. The itinerary Lana is given shows how the lack of presence of family is the highlight of the schedule. So what her folder holds are 3 highlighted events for the wedding and other options to chill. After ranting to Janice, the two women decide that sulking over this is not going to help, so they should sign up for some leisure activity. The first thing they decide to do is go for a match of pickleball. Of course, convenience and the cliches of the plot kick in again when there's only one available court, and Will, Scott, and Clay also appear at the same time. The 5 decide to have a match, but soon it turns out to be a battle between Will and Lana. with them getting a little too heated to show a lack of sportsmanship. The game ends when Lana accidentally smashes the ball where it hurts the most. Mr. Hot Hemsworth turns out to be a doctor who rushes to Will's aid. While the others get the ice pack, Lana and the guy, Lucas, sit on each side of Will as they communicate, and it turns out that Lucas knows Lana. This visibly bothers Will, so he gets up to proceed towards his room. While helping him, Lucas figures they've had a past with each other. Emma visits Janice and Lana during their massage session where she gets debriefed about what Janice refers to as the game set ouch. Lana decides to stay as far away from Will as possible, but destiny has its plans. During the dance practice, Lana doesn't have a partner, so Will conveniently offers to be one. Following is the mischief of their friends to suggest the song they used to like back in college. Lana goes for dinner with Lucas, and they bond over their shared interests when Emma and RJ also visit the same restaurant. Lana makes an excuse for it being a business discussion when it was a date night and leaves. The next day, Kamala gives the big news of a famous designer paying Emma to feature his clothes at her wedding. The bridesmaids and the maid of honor have to wear black, feathery, stiff gowns to the wedding. Moreover, going with the flow is getting hard for Lana when Kamala even gives her the text for her toast. Emma seems to like that since the entire wedding and rehearsals are going to be live-streamed. But is this a prop wedding or something involved with feelings and happiness is a question to be asked at this point. Having yet another day from Emma is a little sad for Lana, but sharing it with Lucas and her friends makes her feel better. Janice then suggests visiting a beach that they can walk to at low tide, so the five friends decide to create this into a reunion. While these elders have a party, Emma is busy setting up her social reach, ignoring enjoying these moments with RJ. RJ, however, seems to be the perfect guy who doesn't mind anything, and they end up enjoying some sweet time amidst her work. After having a deep conversation about making mistakes in life, Scott and Will suggest going skinny dipping because it is a deserted beach and they don't need to be 18 to have fun. However, what they don't know is they are ready to make the next day fun for others. While Janice is nursing her hangover, Lucas asks Lana out for a dinner date, which she agrees to, but decides to ease herself a little and give this a chance. Janice is happy for Lana, but the chat gets interrupted when Harley texts Lana to meet him at the fitness center. Finding Will there, they both get to know that the deserted beach is not so deserted in terms of technology. The five of them have been caught on footage, and instead of keeping things private, the entire resort is aware of what happened. This incident leads to an argument between Emma and Lana, where Emma assumes that Lana is hell-bent on ruining her wedding, while Lana is just trying to make her understand how she might not be happy with having her wedding in such an uptight way. Lana's words get a reaction out of Emma, so in a rush of anger, she asks Lana if she can leave if she doesn't like it. Wanting her to feel better, Will takes her to a peaceful spot, but just to get things even more chaotic, their Jeep decides to break down, leaving them stranded when Lana was supposed to meet Kamala. Lana suggests lighting a signal fire at the beach and waiting to flag down a boat. Emma is even more frustrated at her mother for not visiting, but can see the bridesmaids unhappy with their dresses too. When RJ makes her let her inside turmoil, it is visible that she is aware of how Lana only wants the best for her, and she wants to be a mother like Lana when she has kids. RJ tells her she needs to talk with her mother. RJ and Emma approach Harley to ask about Lana's whereabouts. Harley tells them they must be on the beach at Lover's Cove if he knows them well. Boy, was he spot on. On the beach, we finally get a closure for the college breakup story. Will had left Lana because he wanted to find himself and be as successful and driven as she was. But by the time he tried to approach her again, she had blocked off all contact with him. Still, Will tracked her down and visited her office, but he had to back down when he got to know Lana was on her honeymoon. All this conversation makes Will suggest giving this relationship another chance, since he is still in love with Lana. The curiosity of her answer remains since Harley finds them. When they get back, Lucas notices Lana and Will are too close and casual, and decides to be a good sport by supporting what she wants. Emma apologizes to her mother and finally decides that her wedding needs to include her family and their comfort and happiness. The next few days go by really well with all the wedding festivities going smooth and perfect. After the rehearsal dinner, the night before the wedding, Lana overhears Will in a conversation with Katrina, telling her how he can't live without her and will make it up to her when he gets back. Feeling distraught, Lana excuses herself for the rest of the night and shares everything with Janice, wanting to feel better. When she lies down to sleep, Emma visits her, wanting to know if she is fine. The duo have a sweet emotional moment, after which Emma decides to sleep with her for the night. The The next day, the wedding goes by smoothly with a little bit of crying of happiness of Lana. Will can see she is ignoring him and finally questions her in front of everyone right before RJ and Emma are about to leave for their honeymoon. Because the bouquet Emma threw was directed at Lana, but she dodged it like a living grenade. The duo decides to stay back a little to have the tea on what's been going on. Lana finally lashes out at the Katrina conversation. Katrina suddenly comes forward. She is Will's PA, who is very much not interested in Will and constantly threatens him to quit because he makes her do outrageous things. Outrageous things like flying to the island on a one-day notice with a ring, so Will can ensure Lana doesn't get involved with Lucas. Will convinces Lana they should give their relationship a second chance and proposes to her. The excitement of her accepting the proposal makes the two lose their balance and fall into the pool, giving a full circle moment to what their trip started with. Lastly, let's not hover over the very neatly choreographed dance sequence at the end of the wedding.